Welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist and welcome. This is a channel where I talk mostly about cross stitch, but also some of the other crafts I do and sometimes painting. This is Rogue, who's trying to lick my face. She knows I don't like it, so she barely gets like right here. I do want to thank all of my new subscribers. I really appreciate it, and welcome back those of you that keep returning to me every week. Especially since a lot of times I don't have anything to talk about really. Seems like the past several months I've not accomplished anything that I wanted to with my cross stitch, or sewing. I love to sew. That's why, we opened the Etsy shop, and I just, but I've been involved in getting paperwork done and stuff like that, so I shouldn't be so hard on myself. By the way, this is the last week of April, and right now the Etsy shop is Three Sisters Creative, and we're having a sale. 15% off of 2 or more items, and there's no minimum purchase, so go check it out. The link is below. I have today a new start, and my WhipGo that I was working on for this month, plus a little bit of knitting and a little tiny bit of crochet, but that actually has to do with cross stitch, and my cross stitch projects and haul, but it's because of my latest finish. So I'm going to start with the new start. So a while back, a viewer sent this to my sisters and I, along with 2 other patterns. Plant Pawts, and the white on that color is really popping, and I tried it on the same fabric that I did Lemon Cat on, which is vintage oat. It's just slightly mottled darkness in it, and dark, it's not even dark, and it didn't show up very well. So then I tried this fabric, and it is 14 count Yorkshire, and in the color gray. Feels like burlap. But this is my new start. Let's see if you can even see it. That is my new start, and it's not popping as much as it did on that other, but in this light, it shows up very well. I wish it showed up a little bit better, but it's going to have nose and whiskers and and all that stuff, so you'll be able to tell. And I'm missing just 1 or 2 threads for the green part on the cactuses, and I know I could just select a different thread, but I was at Hobby Lobby and I told myself I'll just go pick up that 1 or 2 threads. Walked out the door and realized it as I was stepping out the door that I didn't get it. Got plenty of other stuff, didn't get that. So next, WhipGo. This, I'm going to put a picture of what the whole thing will look like. I have, and forgive the thread, but I moved it out of the way so I could do something else. I had gotten a lot further than this, and I'm going to put a picture here of what it looked like on Saturday. And then yesterday, I realized that something was very off. So this whole cauldron that I had started over here was not in the right spot and I couldn't figure out why. And then it was had to do with this O. So I did a lot of frogging yesterday, but very little stitching. I did stitch back in, and this was completed, but after I took it out and started again, and it just added a few stitches, not a lot, but look at the big gap. Well, that's okay. It's just the cauldron seemed way too high, not on the same baseline as the B and the O, and since it makes up the O, it kind of has to go in a line. And I wasn't, this was a free pattern from Fat Quarter Shop. And I got the kit for doing it for free from Stitching with the Housewives. And so I just started doing it, even though I wasn't sure I was going to love it or whatever. And it's cute. I plan to finish it. But I was just like, would I have picked this pattern if I hadn't gotten the stuff for free? And the fact is, I probably would not have. The little kitty sitting on a broom that's going to be over here, it's cute enough, and I'll fully finish it and I'll put it up. And so that's why I barely worked on it last year, I think. But once I started putting the cauldron in and all that, I'm like, this is really, it's, pretty cute. I'll go ahead and finish it as long as I had everything already. I dyed this fabric myself. This is 14 count Ada. And so it really, the fabric was given to me, I believe, from a viewer. I had a viewer send to our Three Sisters Creative channel, send a whole bunch of fabrics, and mostly Ada. I guess she decided she didn't want to stitch on Ada anymore. I don't know. But I dyed a whole bunch of them, so I think this is one of those. And it just happened to be, that they wanted it. The called for was a purple, and I had fabric, so why would I? Why would I get more? So this is Boo Crew Fat Quarter Shop. It will be this long. So anyway, I'm not done with the goal yet. The goal was 10 days, and I started it on the 15th. So, and I think I missed one day while I was sick. Maybe 2. So 10 days would be, if I stitch on it until the end of the month. And I might actually get the cauldron done, which would be nice. It'd be nice if I got further than that, Okay. Pardon me, I don't know why my mouth is so dry. It's getting nice and beautiful weather. What I call Chamber of Commerce weather. The water guy. One of our neighbors gets those big bottles of waters. And I think she believes that nobody has a right to drive on the same street. Stop. Stop. It's okay. Okay, so good girl. So the next is I've worked some on BrrBerry by Erica Michaels. And I was working on the scarf before, and I was going to continue working on the scarf. But the little black beaks or whatever they were of the birds that I had put in, because, I was doing the hat and had the black, and I just had enough, and I was like, okay, I'm going to put in those little bird pieces. Well, they were annoying me. So I was like, "Ugh, I'm just going to finish those birds." And I didn't, I wasn't all hot on finishing all the little white swirlies, but it's easier to count to the birds and count them right because the white swirlies kind of go around and through the birds. So this is how far I've gotten. So the bird fits right in here, and then there's another one there. And I think before the white was like up here. So you wouldn't think it would take very long to do that much, single row stitching, for the swirlies. But you really have to count or it doesn't come out right. So, as a matter of fact, I'm looking at an error right now. But I'm going to find that I don't care. At some point you have to just go. I almost left the Boo Crew the way it was. And I probably would have if I could have more easily figured out everything else. And but it was throwing off stuff, so it was too long. It was, so I was just like, I'm just going to do it right so I don't have to do math in my head. Cross stitch math. Yeah. Well, we are zipping right along here. So I also did some work on Winter Berries, Erica Michaels, and I'm real anxious to get this done. So I started, remember last week, working on the sheep. I have almost the second sheep put in. And I really love this road stitch. And his little earmuffs are going to be that too. And then there's Smyrna crosses for their feet. This one has 4 legs, not just 2. This one's facing you, this one's sideways. And the other one's sideways too. The other one has a little hat that goes like that. So I went ahead and put in this white in here, which had me fill in that too. This is Etoile. It's a different white than this one. But the little earmuffs that are right here are the same color as this word. So I thought I'll just go ahead and get ready where I can put in that word and, the earmuffs and have the same color out. But I'm going to finish the white and the black on the sheet before I do any of the other work on it, I think. Maybe. And I think his little Smyrna crosses on his feet, I think they're the same color that this one is. And I am not using the called for color for that lighter color. I just picked a color I had in my stash. Blue bonnet is what it was supposed to be. I'm trying to... These activities are not inexpensive. You can get free patterns and you can use DMC and that's cheaper and all that. And I was getting, for all of these, I was getting most of the called for threads. But I have a lot of threads and so I'm like, if I have something that'll work, I think I'm going to do that. And it's a little bit not as the same shade as this, but my fabric isn't either. And I'm doing this on 32 count Murano Carré from Hobby Lobby in Spa. But I don't think they carry this color anymore. I don't know. Maybe once they're done rearranging all their stuff, they'll get more in. But I doubt it. And this is 32 count Blue Ice Belfast linen. I don't like it as much as I like the linen that I did that fall berry on. The weave is very loose, and it makes it more difficult for me to get the stitches looking right. But, you know, I'll just keep plugging away at it. I like the color. I'm going to try to use that for other things as well. So, because I have a big piece left. And then the last cross stitch I have is Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts 2023 Temperature Sal. And of course, it is getting warmer here. Look at that. So this week, we didn't have any 99 days or anything. They're all hovering around 92, 93, 95. In the mornings it's crisp. And you only feel that in the afternoons, and it's not horrible. I haven't even started putting the sunshade on my car. This day, I burnt my hands in the car, but on these other days I haven't. And you know, there's a plumbing company, and they had a radio advertisement that you should call them for your air conditioning, you know. And they're talking about when it's so hot that you get a brand from the seatbelt. They're not lying. The little metal part on the seatbelt gets so hot that that it burns through your clothes. It really hurts. And when my son was younger, I would come and visit my sister here. And we didn't move here until he was already, you know, going to be in 3rd grade. But the metal parts on the car seats and the car seat itself would get very, very, very hot. And a lot of people have little covers they put over to try to minimize some of that burning, because it's painful. It is painful. And while this is not cross stitch exactly, this is the Holly Jolly Berry, Erica Michaels Holly Jolly, that I finished. I fully finished this last year. And last year I also stitched, was it last year that I fully finished this? The summer? I don't know. But last year for WhipGo, I worked on the other berry, which is Lots of Jolly. I didn't bring it over here. The reason I brought this is because I had crocheted the little toppers for the berry. And so I started doing that again. But I was wondering if I should have it a different way, you know, because it went from white to red to green, and maybe I should go white, red, green. But maybe I should do, you know, green, white, red, or whatever. I do want the top to be a color because I want to put a snowflake again. And the candy canes are called for, but they don't have a hole. I had trouble putting it on. And these little peppermint candy things, they're called for too. I think I should have made this something that I could hang, you know. Anyway, I have a lot of berries that are done. I just finished the sewing berry. I have the nativity berry. I have the other 2 winter berries. And I have the Lots of Jolly berry. And the only thing that's prevented me from finishing any of the lots of, sorry, I was reading something that popped up on my tablet, is crocheting these tops. They don't take that long. This one's almost the right size already, you know. So, I think I will make it the same. What do you think? Huh? I don't know. Anyway, that's why I was doing crocheting. And I may continue to do that instead of the knitting, or I might continue to do both. This is the knitting. So I did another row of this pattern. So I have a couple more plain rows and then another row of pattern, I think. And then it's on to the next section. So hopefully I won't make as many grievous errors. Sorry, I'm going to put this in here so it doesn't trip me. All these little yarn things going everywhere. Oh, goodness, I'm so sorry. I just bonked my dog in the head. Little nose. So, that's almost everything. And, wow. That was a quick video, wasn't it? I left my haul for last. You remember I finished this, and I wanted to put it on a lemon that was sliced, you know, a wooden something with a slice of lemon. And the only slice of lemon that Hobby Lobby had was this. It's not big enough. And I looked on Etsy, and there was somebody that makes one, but it's 4.5 inches. That's not big enough. I even considered texting them and asking them if they could make one a little bit larger for me, but I don't want to do that to anybody. So I went to Walmart, and I found this. So I'm going to use this and this. And then I went back to Hobby Lobby because I hadn't picked this up the first time. But with this nice big hole, it gives me more options, especially if I put the cat this way, you know. So I have a lot of options. So I went ahead and bought this. And I found this coaster. I went to a different Hobby Lobby. It's a bigger Hobby Lobby, so they had more stuff. But I picked this up there. I got their last one. The Hobby Lobby where I looked first time, they had a lot of these. But anyway, they didn't have these coasters. So I went ahead and picked up this coaster. And yes, I know they look very different. I'm not sure I'm going to use this on this or not, but I probably will. And when I was at Walmart, I was looking for ribbon with lemons, and I couldn't find any. But I found this yellow ribbon and this multicolor rickrack. And I was thinking of using this rickrack on the cat. But now when I think about it, I have those Easter patterns, and that might look better with that. I mean, I could do it on both, but, you know. So I'm going to have to see how it comes together. Plus, I also found this ribbon. It's got whole lemons and slices of lemon, which is exactly what I wanted. The only thing I couldn't find was a lemon charm or button. And I could have looked on just another button company, blah, blah, blah. But I have one coming tomorrow. I found one online. And then I asked the lady that was there in the fabric department, do you have any fabric with lemons on it so that I could put, you know, fabric behind it? Okay, I know I'm on a lemon kick. But, you know, lemon cat. And they had some in a knit that I had seen. That's why I was asking her. I said I wanted it in cotton. And they had this, which matches the ribbon. The background is black instead of white, but it's the same lemon and slice of lemon. I'm like, yay, it's perfect. And then they had this. Is that cute? And so I decided to get enough to make a bag for the Etsy shop. Now, I just picked this up on Friday. And I would have gone ahead and made the bag already, but I couldn't start on the cat because I didn't have the button. So I'm waiting for that to come in. And it won't come in until, I don't know, Thursday or something. So that's everything. Tomorrow we get the new numbers for WhipGo. I want to work on an everyday project. So at least both of my Halloween that was on it are already taken. But I don't know. Working on Halloween in the month of April is kind of strange to me. But I did it. I should have gone ahead and done the first one in January, and then I wouldn't have been, February, then I wouldn't have been doing two at the same time, right? But that's okay. All right, so I think that's everything, and I will see you next week, hopefully with a little bit more projects done. We'll see. Yeah. I'm finally starting to be where I don't feel nasty and tired and horrible all the time. So we'll get started on that, on all of those things. And I'm going to get Lemon Cat where I can have it just ready for the button to come. And go ahead and get the bag cut and everything, get everything, going. I have told myself not to buy any more fabric until I make the bags that I already have fabric for. But part of me wants to change the way I do the bags, so I have to really decide what I want to do. Nobody else has bags the way ours is. They're all the bags are a similar shape and size, and while there's nothing wrong with that, ours are long instead of sideways, and I think I might want to do a couple of them sideways that have no vinyl front, but I have to think about it. Because I like showing both fabrics on the front, on the outside. So I would probably want to do some kind of quilting thing. And I might actually do a quilting bag for that instead. I've sold out of all the quilting bags I had up, and so I could probably go ahead and do that. I don't know. We'll see. I just need to get moving on, do something. This just doing nothing is it's got to stop. It really has. And I think I've plowed through most of the paperwork that I needs to be done right away, and that's giving me more of a relaxed feeling about stuff. So anyway, thank you all for coming. If you liked the video, please subscribe, and I will see you next week.